Well, I guess I was born a servant, and I think, in all the years now in studying this business, you have to have a servant heart to be successful in this kind of business, because that's what you do. You serve the public.
My name is Nick Perkins. I'm the Assistant Fire Chief. I'm over the Operations Section. Our mission is to deliver public safety services to the community. We do that by responding to fire and EMS emergencies, and then we have a variety of support services that go into being able to do that, from training, health and safety, and then administrative functions as well. As an emergency service district, the primary reasons we're called are for emergencies involving fires and EMS calls. From the fire perspective, we're sending a complement of fire engines and ladder trucks and command and safety and support vehicles to those incidents. For medical calls, we're sending fire trucks and an ambulance to actually do the transport, depending on the nature and the seriousness of the call. Currently, the district is authorized to 150 firefighters. Next year, that number will raise. There's a battalion chief and safety officer also on duty, with the battalion chief running out of Station 1 and the safety officer running out of Station 4. Currently, we operate out of 4 fire stations, and we'll be opening a 5th fire station on April 1st, 2020. 4 fire stations, each with an engine company and an ambulance, and then a ladder company at our Station 2. Currently, the district runs about 10,000 calls a year. That works out to a little over 800 calls a month, with about half of those being EMS transports. About 70% of the calls we receive are for EMS incidents, and another 30% are for fires and other emergency-related calls. So while it's important to acknowledge that the majority of calls we receive are for EMS-related incidents, we do spend a significant amount of time on fire-related incidents because of the amount of resources and time that are required to bring those incidents under control. Of all the district's strategic priorities, workforce safety is number 1. We accomplish that by funding programs appropriately and ensuring we have the adequate resources to provide firefighters the most safe environment to operate. This includes up-to-date equipment, up-to-date fleet, appropriate training, medical physicals, 4-person staffing, and a command and safety element that are on duty 24 hours. All of this helps support ensuring our firefighters are not injured or killed while doing their jobs. A lot of organizations understand what they do. They can answer the question, what do we do? And probably tell you how they do it. It's actually really hard to answer the question, why do you do what you do? In our organization, we have a motto that says, because we care, and that is our why.
Pflugerville Fire Department is home to me for several reasons. Not only because I've worked here for 20 years, but because I grew up in this community. I've lived in Pflugerville since I was 5 years old, and I like this community. I like being here. The people I work with are great. The community members are great.
I think ultimately the reason that I wanted to become a firefighter is because I wanted to be able to serve. I look at the fire service as a very interesting organization. Where else could you impact someone's life in their time of need? I work for a 24-hour shift, and I think about the ability that I have to be put into a situation, and if my training, if my equipment, my knowledge is up to par, I have the ability to affect change in someone's life for the positive.
I remember hearing a quote when I was little about Martin Luther King, and it was something along the lines of, what are you doing to help other people? And even as a young person, that really resonated with me. And so I always ask myself, what am I going to do with my life that will be helping other people? So when we are dealing with extremely difficult circumstances in the community, where people are questioning, why does the fire department do what they do? It's because we care. And when you apply that motto and you apply that why to most of the things we do, it's very easy to understand why we do what we do.